Alright guys, just a little bit of an update. I think the office is pretty much there. Still a bit of cable tidying up to do. I'm just going to be our headset charging up there. The new electric fan, the old light's gone now. I swapped the Mac in that round so that it will be sits on the right, so I have more space for the chair. So that sort of comes across a little bit. These are, I think this is on sale at the moment with JYSK. I think it's €200. Reclines back, so when you know the headrest goes back a little bit more. Just wanted something to chill when I was working. Updated my Mac. Still got paperwork tidy up. He's been busy playing with his mate today, but it's pretty much there. Just a little bit of tidying up left because we've got the electrics coming tomorrow. Our electrician's coming in, so I'm looking forward to having the electrics finished from that side to here. And just remind me to pull the other socket out so he knows where to bring the socket through the wall, so I can have an external socket. Got this is April's thing. It's like a half canopy, sort of winds down. Get these from Amazon. April got it on sale. Then IKEA brought one out now. I mean, funny enough, our base is from IKEA, so just to be aware that the base does actually fit the Amazon half canopies. Not sure we'll keep it there yet. We'll see. Might use it as a bit of a sunshade, keep some of the heat off if I need it. But to be fair, although it's about 30 degrees in the office, it's not really affecting us too much now. The fan's up there and we've got the windows on both sides, so we can let the air go through. Got all these little lights set up now. I don't know if you can see them. All these are solar, so there's no wiring in, but do sort of finish things off a little bit. They're from Leroy Merlin, about €10 for two. One of our neighbours was asking earlier about the conservatory. One of the things is this one will be quite expensive for what most people are looking for, because we have all the sliding glass. So it is a expensive conservatory for what most people are looking for. For me, I needed it to be a bit more flexible, because even when it's hot I need to be able to make it functional. So yeah, if you want to know the information, I'll quite happily pass over Yuri's information, so that you can have a chat with him. We picked the colour on this because normally you'll find most of the ones that we come across are in white. We actually specify what colour we wanted. We wanted to match the windows. Can find it looks a bit more modern, because most of these properties are 80s design, 80s construction, maybe early 90s. So having a bit more of a modern colour to it just makes it look a little bit newer than it really is. Obviously the rendering finish isn't too bad. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, probably just. I've got a little bit of work to do on some of the wall. Not a lot left though. To be fair, we actually quite like the rustic look to it. Got some paint downstairs to give it a lick of paint as well. But I want to smooth this bit over here. There's a bit on the end that needs doing, and there's a bit of external render on the other side of this that needs doing, which somebody's going to have to come along with a high ab or a cherry picker and do it for us, because I can't reach it, and April's, well, can reach it, but April doesn't want me hanging off the balcony. So not allowed to do it, shall we say. But this is probably the last video on the office, because to be fair, we've pretty much covered most of the stuff that we said we were going to do. There's only the tidying up in there, which I might do a little video once it's all finished, but there's nothing too exciting to discuss. It's just going to be when it's all done and dusted what it looks like. I've got to admit, I'm actually enjoying the space. When I'm sitting working, looking over at the beach over there, it's nice. It's a nice environment to be working in. You're getting a lot of light as well, so that creates a little bit of positivity when you're working. Internet's a bit up and down at the minute. I think it's because with the good weather, because obviously in the UK it's snowing, and here I think it was 24 degrees to 30 degrees. The weather's been good. I mean, as you can see, sat in my t-shirt, I'm sat in my shorts, just enjoying it. But back to it, the end of next week, got a load of site visits for the next 2 weeks after, so going to enjoy that. Although the rail strikes just cost me an extra 115 euros because they're on strike on Thursday and they're on strike on Saturday. So I managed to get a flight for Friday, but all the other flight prices were 200 plus euros because of the disruption. I'm sure a lot of other people have to rebook. I'm not going to get into the whole things on the strikes. My personal view is I think the UK's cost of living is too high. I think it's out of touch of reality for most people. I think housing rents are extortionate. The whole food price rise issue is also something that's a bit out of control. I know I was expecting some of this with the Brexit, but at the same time I think there's a lot of people riding on the bandwagon now as well, exploiting the situation. It's the same with the end of the COVID, the war in Ukraine affecting fuel prices, which I think's manipulated. But hey hell, this was pretty close. Hey ho, welcome to the global markets. Heavily manipulated en masse. But let's keep it positive. I'm sitting here at 8:45, enjoying a sit on my balcony on my Amazon Basics reclining chair. I'm gonna have a lovely cup of tea, and it's been good. Not worked this weekend again, and I'm going to start looking at doing other videos. I suppose the big thing at the moment is around cars, because funny enough I was talking to Carlos about this week, because I would love to get a Volvo, but I begrudge paying the money. It's the car market's in a strange situation because they're driving to go all electric. At the same time, I can't justify the cost of what they're charging for these cars, knowing that if we start mass producing this on a bigger scale, these cars now will be superseded with more advanced batteries in such a short period of time that it will devalue the car significantly. It's just business, it's just commerce. But the old chug along diesel car I've got at the minute, it's okay, but it's still got the problems that come with the DPF, the old diesel filters. So it still will smoke now and again, still needs to be driven in a lower gear a lot of the time when you shouldn't have to. But with the introduction of these new zones that they've started rolling out in Spain as well, it's going to be end of days for it sooner rather than later. But what do you buy? Because it's a peculiar one, because the market's changing, the access to the cities is changing, and we're trusting people that are notoriously bad at decision making to make decisions, politicians. So we are sort of stuck in limbo a little bit while they decide what they're doing. But onwards and upwards. The main thing is I don't throw away, say, 30,000 euros on a car to find out I can't use it in Madrid or something in the space of a couple of years. So I'm stuck with the car I've got, and I'm sure there's a lot more people than me out there that have made decisions on vehicles based on, I'll hang on to it for a couple of years while they decide what they're doing. Because reality is, it's a big investment. It's often an investment that is business orientated in the sense of getting to and from work. Because it's a bit like the UK. I'm getting to the point where the car in the UK, I could probably get its MOT done next month and sell it. Because I spend most of my time on the train these days. I'm not actually using my car. If I ever change jobs, that may change. So, strange times. But, as this channel's about Spain, this, like I says, this will probably be the last one on this building. If we buy another property, we'll do another one on the new building, because the next one will be for holiday rentals, and I'll probably do most of the renovations on that one on my own, simply to keep the costs down. Because everything here, this is our home, so I've spent a lot more. I'm still doing a fair bit as well, but for holiday rentals, I wouldn't spend anywhere near as much as I've spent on this one. Because you get good tenants, bad tenants, and if you go above and beyond, it's really not nice when people trash things. Yeah, but it's good to be home. Good to be sitting out at night, listening to the waves in the background. Life's good. Thanks for watching.